Hello everyone, I'm your host Boyce Rucker and welcome back to Season 2 of The Current. Kicking off this season, we will have a look into upcoming events at UNCW and speak with Christopher Neal, the president of Black Student Union at UNCW. Make sure to stick around until the end for some musical tips from a UNCW student who is adept at songwriting. Now let's hear from Dylan regarding current events around campus.
Thank you, Boyce. I'm Dylan Williams, and let's start this current off in the sports world. The UNCW men's soccer team has gotten off to a very hot start to the 2021 season and have found themselves ranked amongst the country's best, as they are ranked 14th in the nation thanks to their 4-0-1 start. CAA plays started on the 13th against in-state opponent Elon, which resulted in a 2-0 shutout for the Seahawks, which also netted goalkeeper Gabriel Parada his second CAA Defensive Player of the Week honor this season. The Seahawks' next two games will be Saturday matches under the lights as they travel to play the College of Charleston on the 20th, and then they will welcome in William & Mary on the 27th. Also, last episode we talked about baseball and their great start. Since then, they stayed hot, including a 3-game sweep of Appalachian State on the weekend of the 14th. Conference play is around the corner for the swinging Seahawks as they start with a road trip to Virginia to take on William & Mary from the 19th to the 21st, a Tuesday night non-conference match against NC State, and then another weekend trip against the College of Charleston. So a busy stretch for our boys on the diamond. There's some excitement going on in the North Carolina sports scene, namely with the Charlotte Hornets, who are currently in the thick of the playoff race, and the Carolina Hurricanes, who are in the top 5 in the NHL in points. And after the easing of COVID-19 restrictions in the light of vaccines increasing, teams are now allowing fans back in the stands. The Hornets opened their door to about 3,000 students on March 11th for their game against the Detroit Pistons, marking their first time that they allowed fans in the 2021 season. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes opened PNC Arena on March 4th, coincidentally also against the Detroit franchise in the Red Wings. That's it for current events. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Dylan, for those updates on and around campus. And here's our highly esteemed guest, Christopher Neal, a good friend of mine, president of BSU at UNCW. Thank you so much for doing this, Chris, as we jump into some exciting stuff. Now tell us, how would you describe BSU to someone who's never heard of your organization? What is your mission statement?
If I was to give our mission statement, part of it is to observe and to improve the general welfare of Black students at UNCW. So just to simplify that, our biggest thing is to unify and to bring together the Black community here at UNCW and to just bring Black life and make it thrive. So yeah.
A powerful mission. So as president, what does your day-to-day look like?
It depends. It's different. I'll have emails from people asking me to do stuff like this, or people to co-host with BSU, or asking BSU to speak on some issue, or for BSU to partner with them, or BSU to just a variety of things for BSU to do. So yeah, it's a variety basically.
Yep, man of the hour. So the election process for becoming president, what can you tell us about that?
It's a pretty simple process. We just throw out the candidate application, and whoever wants to apply, they can apply. You have to be a registered member to apply and to also vote. So it's a pretty simple process, nothing complicated.
And what would you say are some of the goals and aspirations that you have for BSU going into the future?
I want BSU to be able to impact our community, or the Black community more, and also our greater community outside of the Black community, to create unification amongst people of color and amongst people on this campus.
Way to be. Given the current world circumstances of COVID-19, how has BSU adapted to those circumstances?
It's been hard. But as far as having like general body meetings, we've been doing hybrid. So we've had designated meeting rooms that people could sign up for that would, of course, be socially distanced. And then we also had Zoom calls with synchronous with that. So if people wanted to hop on that Zoom or either meet up in person Or if we had programs, we did things such as grab and goes. So we made for our Black Spirit Week, we had no, it wasn't Black Spirit Week. It was actually BSU Week, and it was the first day of BSU Week, which was Black Self Care is Revolutionary. We had self-care kits that people could come and pick up. So that was kind of a way we kind of adapted a program to fit with COVID-19 guidelines and everything like that. So that's just kind of an example how we adapted. It's been hard, I will say that, because with Black Life at UNCW, a lot of it is centered around in-person stuff. It's the social aspect, being able to see each other, because lots of times you don't get to see lots of Black faces in your classroom. So having that social aspect to meet up in person, to joke around, to be completely our full authentic Black self around each other, that was a big part of Black Life. So I do feel like COVID-19 kind of put a dent in Black Life when it was at its, I would say, climax in the past year. But I think we're slowly getting back together and slowly kind of adjusting and learning how to adapt to this COVID-19 world.
Yep, it is good to see that you're keeping engagement going strong. And assuming that we do return to a typical fall semester, what can we expect from BSU in the future?
Just us doing what we've been doing, unifying the people, dope programming. We always have, in a regular school year, BSU always has like a welcome back cookout to welcome all the students back. People love that. That's one of our big events. Then on Halloween, probably not going to do a Halloween party. It's probably not going to be safe by then, but usually we do like a big Halloween party. Then we have Friendsgiving, so it's kind of like a potluck sense. And then at the end of the year, we have a it's not really a kick off. It's more like a send away cookout at the end of the year. And I think those are probably BSU's biggest programs, just to get people together and to socialize and to get people to see other people and just have fun. So I think that's what I'm really looking forward to for BSU in our typical school year.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it as well. So what BSU events can students look forward to in April, and how can students get involved?
We're really trying to do a cookout, but COVID safe cookout. So we're trying to see what that looks like, because we want to give people something after such a hard school year. And we want people to see that there is Black life at UNCW, because I think in this past school year, lots of Black students don't know that there is a Black student union. They don't know there's a Black Women's Association. They don't know there's a Black Boy Joy. They don't know that we have some of the Divine Nine here. So I think we really want to have this program in order to show people that there is Black life here. And how to get involved with BSU, simply just go to our programs. You don't have to be Black to join BSU, and I think that's a big, it's stupid, but like, it's a big thing that people think, oh, I'm not Black, I can't join BSU. Yes, you can. You literally can. So I would say just go to a program, sign up on Wavelink, follow us on Instagram, and just go. Like, just go.
Gosh, yes, involvement is it's a strong thing. And you know, as we finish up the round of questions, well, we're finished right now. I just wish I could have had you bring poetry in, but you know what? Catch them on Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to catch some of my poetry, my art page / poetry page / photography page / everything is Neal Art Collective. That's NEAL Art Collective. No spaces, all lowercase. I do poetry. That's what I do. So yeah.
Well, that wraps up our segment for campus activities and BSU. Thank you again, Chris, and thank you for spending the morning with us. Here at UNCW, we love to promote and appreciate everyone's passion for art. This week, we will delve into the music-making process of UNCW's own Heather Cunningham, a practitioner of the guitar and ukulele, as well as songwriting. As such, the crew at The Current were able to bear witness to this euphoric and heartfelt process. Over to you, John.
Thanks, boys. I'm here with Heather Cunningham, a UNCW student and local musician. Thanks for coming on, Heather.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So before you perform for us, I've got a couple questions about your background and creative process. So we'll go ahead and hop right into it. What first got you into music?
Yeah, so, growing up, I just played soccer and I was pretty athletic. And then, but like throughout middle school, I watched a lot of the TV show Glee, and also like getting ready for school in the morning, MTV would play like the music videos in the morning, so like MTV, VH1,
Right.
and then VH1 would do like the top 20 video countdown on the weekends, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. So I just like slowly started to like love it, and that's when like iTunes got big, which is such a throwback now.
Yeah.
But that's what like got me just like randomly love music, is just knowing so much of it. And then in 7th grade, I just wanted to like try guitar, and it worked. But yeah, it's kind of like middle school around there.
Gotcha, that's awesome. As we all know, MTV is not really music based now,
Yeah.
and iTunes is like a thing of the past, so
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
unfortunately.
Obviously you kind of talked about MTV inspiring you to make music, but was there something in specific, like maybe a musician that kind of like really kicked it off for you?
I guess like my favorite musician, like growing up in middle school, I like loved Mumford and Sons, and I
Okay.
loved like the Lumineers. I'm not a folksy man, so I don't like play music like them, nor do I copy their style, but I just like loved their lyrics, and that made me think like, whoa, music is like really cool and really like meaningful.
Right.
So I know just like being really into them in middle school, I don't know, made me kind of interested in like songwriting and just like lyrics, and I just wanted to like kind of follow that a little bit.
That's awesome. How would you describe the music that you create? I know you said the folksy thing isn't really the genre that you're doing now, although you like it. So how would you describe what you put together?
Yeah, so I would say it's very acoustic. It is folksy. I wouldn't say it's like full blown like bluegrass,
Right.
like, it doesn't go all the way there. But definitely kind of like, I would say like a folksy singer-songwriter. My mom just says my music's very quirky and specific and unique, so I don't really know how to describe that. So somewhere in there, there's a
Okay.
little bit of pop to it, but not like maybe like top 40s, like club pop, but more
Okay.
just like at a singer-songwriter
So
way.
like acoustic pop with a little bit of folk thrown in there.
Absolutely.
That's cool. We kind of been talking about this, but aside from Mumford & Sons, actually Mumford & Sons, you could, that's totally fine, but I guess my question is, who would you like to collaborate with? Like if you had an ideal world, who would you like to work with, what musician?
Yeah, so now that I'm in college and just over the past few years, my favorite musician has been Ben Rector.
Okay.
He's another one who's just like a really talented, just a talented songwriter. He's very humble, and I don't know, I'm very much into lyrics, and like I just love how clever he is. So I would love to collaborate with Ben Rector. Middle school me would love to collaborate with Andy Grammer, because I
Okay.
think like I love his lyrics too, and like he was one growing up I thought was really cool. So either one of those would be pretty ideal.
Well, lucky for you, you're on the Current. This is going to blow up huge, so there's a really good chance that you get to work with these people after this episode.
Thank God.
So obviously we're in the middle of, we're kind of on the back end of the pandemic, hopefully. But I was curious, like, I would imagine before the pandemic, I think we talked a little bit before the show, and you performed on campus and at a couple local restaurants. How has COVID affected your ability to get some live performances in?
Yeah, it's made it a little trickier. So I've performed at like some restaurants like still since COVID. Obviously restaurants look a little different.
Right.
But one thing I did a lot kind of before COVID was performing on campus. So just different things on campus that they would do with other singer-songwriters or just like events like that, which was super fun. But they don't exist anymore, so that kind of stinks. And then like it was on my like UNCW bucket list to do Dub Idol, but I don't know if it's really a thing because
Hopefully.
of COVID. But yeah.
Well, we've been hearing that next semester is supposed to sound a lot or seem a lot more normal than
Yeah.
like the past two. So hopefully those things kind of they follow
I'll be
through.
graduated, but you guys should do it.
Oh, I will be too, unfortunately. Okay, so I think actually a lot of us in here are not aspiring musicians, but we like music, and I know there's a lot of students at UNCW that probably would love to be musicians as well. What's some of the best advice you've got as a musician that you would give to somebody that's looking to pursue this as a profession?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not like one tiny like blurb of advice, but just like my mom has consistently just said like, you have a unique style, keep your unique style. because I think it's like kind of when you're younger and you grow up and you like start to notice yourself and you're like so uncomfortable and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of different and I don't like this about myself. But like my mom's always encouraged me that like that's the best part of you. So like keep that really like quirky, folksy style and your own lyrics, and however you play, like just keep going that way. And so I think it's really like easy to want to just like do what's mainstream, and like I know for me I would just want to play covers, and I was like, I don't want to like share my actual like songs I've written, but I think that's probably where I do a lot better. So just to like kind of stay, sounds cheesy, like stay true to like your actual style and your actual voice.
No, absolutely, that's not cheesy at all. I mean, obviously, the more you can be yourself and the more unique you are, that's why people, you know, that's why people get attached to you. So last question, what's next for you? Where can people hear you? Are you on Spotify, Apple Music, and do you have anything lined up for the short future?
Yeah, so the song I'm going to play is called Mixed Feelings, and I recently just released that to Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms in February, so it's there now. So you can find me on all streaming platforms with that single, but I hope to do an EP or an album sometimes in the summer. I have so many songs, but obviously it costs a little bit of money to make something.
Yeah.
So just kind of a matter of like trying to figure things out. But by the end of the summer, I would love to have an EP or a full album out on all streaming platforms.
Awesome. Well, we hope that hopefully that you're able to put that together. Well, Heather, that's all the questions I've got for you. We're going to go ahead and give you the stage to perform your original song, Mixed Feelings.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sweet Christmas. That wraps up today's episode. Hope you enjoyed watching and hope you conquered those midterms, and we hope to see you all at upcoming campus events.
Be sure to tune in next week for some more Tiltastic updates. Thanks for watching.